Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time, you're very much welcome. Please subscribe, like, do all the good stuff, support me. I'm a growing YouTuber. I only have 85 subscribers. Come on, help me grow, help me get to that level of being an official YouTuber. Yeah, so let's get to it. Today I'm going to be talking about the process of, not the process, I'm always talking about the process, sorry, I mean the education system in the Netherlands. Yeah, so a lot of people have been confused with it. When I came to the Netherlands, I was also very confused. Like, every stage it has different process, and I just wanted to understand what it is. So I went, did my research, read about it, and now I'm going to explain it in a very short and understandable way. So it's not like I'm going to be so complicated. Like, it's going to be the easiest way possible. Okay, yeah, so starting from the primary school stage. So education is compulsory between 5 to 6 years old. Like, if you're 5 and 6, you must start school. You must, like, there is no two ways about it. But then you can start at the age of 4. The only thing is, at the age of 4, you have the option of either starting or not starting. But from 5 to 6, you have to start your primary school education, and it takes 8 years to finish. You can start. It's mostly Dutch based, but they also teach English so that the students can be able to speak English, because it's a general language. I mean, they don't want to only speak Dutch, like, duh. Yeah, so the senior secondary education has different parts, 3 different parts that each primary school student can go to, and depending on their intellect and their skills and their talents, they are, divided into these 3 different groups of where they can study through secondary education. And these 3 different groups are VMBO, HAVO, and VWO. VMBO are for students that are very skilled with their hands. Like, this is for vocational education. If you're trying to go study a vocational education, you go to VMBO, and this is for VMBO is for 4 years. A lot of times people don't want their children to go to VMBO because they feel like only dumb people go to VMBO, because you're not working with your intellect. You're usually using your skills. But I don't think that way. If you want to become an entrepreneur, VMBO is a good way. It's just that it takes a long process to get to your university if you want to go to a university, and I'm going to explain that later. Now the next one is HAVO. HAVO is senior secondary education, like the basic, the average student. It's not really the average student, but it's just that you don't go straight to university if you study HAVO. You go to a University of Applied Sciences, and this one takes like 5 years, and you complete your HAVO. The next one is the VWO. VWO is preparatory university education. Like, they are preparing you to go straight to university. You don't need to go through another stage before you go to university. You go straight, and this one takes 6 years. So you can tell that HAVO and VWO are different. HAVO, if you go through HAVO, if you study HAVO, you go to a University of Applied Sciences. But if you go through VWO, you go to a university. HAVO takes 5 years, VWO takes 6 years. HAVO is senior secondary education. VWO is preparatory university education. It's not a university education, they're just preparing you to go to university. However, I've even explained where they're going already without even getting to university stage. Yeah, let me explain it again. Those who study VMBO go straight to MBO. MBO is for vocational studies. So if you study VMBO for 4 years, you go to MBO. And MBO is studied for 4 years or 5 years, depending on what you're studying. And those who go to HAVO go to University of Applied Sciences. And those who go to VWO go to the university straight. The difference between a University of Applied Sciences and a university is that a University of Applied Sciences is for those who want to study immediately, like after university you graduate. And the reason is because the University of Applied Sciences is very practical. It's mostly project based, group project based. So it's just like you're one of the board of directors. For example, I'm studying in the University of Applied Sciences. I'm studying international business. So in the group project, you're either a financial, depending on your course. I study international business, so most of the time I'm either the financial manager or something else, and another person is the marketing manager, another person is the human resource manager. So it feels like you're actually doing it like the real life, but it's not the real life because you're just studying it. So yeah, that is for HAVO. If you want to study, if you want to work immediately after doing your University of Applied Sciences, you study. That's how it works. And you cannot really do masters after you do your University of Applied Science, except you do pre-masters. So you cannot go straight to a master degree. However, for University of Applied Sciences and university, you get a degree. So for both of them, you get a degree. Your degree is at the same level. If you say you went to a university and you went to a University of Applied Sciences, you get a degree. Simple. Like, there is no one is higher than one. The only difference is that one is more practical, so you can work immediately. Like, it just seems like you have the experience, and that is for HAVO. And the University of Applied Sciences, most likely they go to another school. Like, for University of Applied Sciences, if you're doing, it's for mostly people who are doing business and practical stuff like human resource management, financial management, marketing, and those kind of things. You can easily work after you study it. But for university, it's for mostly like doctors. After studying medicine, you have to go to a medical school, right? Like lawyers, after studying law, you have to go to a law school, or you have to do your masters to be like the best of the best. So that's how university works. So after university, those who go to university usually have to go to another school to do. You can also work after it, but most of them go for masters. For HAVO, you can go for masters, but you have to do pre-masters before you go straight to masters. And I'm saying HAVO. What I mean by HAVO is University of Applied Sciences, because those who study HAVO in secondary school go to University of Applied Sciences. Yeah, so those who go to HAVO can also go to a university. If they go to a University of Applied Sciences, study for 1 year, get your propedeutic certificate. Propedeutic certificate means you've completed 1 year of study, like you passed everything and you get your propedeutic certificate, and then you move to university using that propedeutic certificate, and you go to university and study with the VWOs, like those who prepared before you. So if you check the journey, it's almost the same thing, because HAVO takes 5 years. Then you go to University of Applied Sciences and study for 1 year, which is like 6 years. Then you go to university. Why VWO takes 6 years and you go straight to university? So if you check it, they are both 6 years and university, 6 years and university. But the only I like HAVO because you get a propedeutic certificate from another university, from University of Applied Sciences, and go to university. So you already get the feel of studying in university before you go to university, before you go straight to university. But VWO is preparatory university education. You still get the feel, but you're not actually in a university, you're in a secondary school. It's just that they are preparing you for university. So both of them are actually good in their own way. And if you want to go to university, it's almost the same time process. HAVO, you stay for 5 years. You go to University of Applied Sciences, stay for 1 year. Together is 6 years. And then you go to a university. VWO, you do the 6 years completely and you go to university. Yeah, so that's it. If you're in Nigeria, your WAEC is HAVO. That's the level they keep it. They do not keep it in VWO. They keep it in HAVO. So if you want to go to university in the Netherlands, you have to actually go through a University of Applied Sciences and go to university. Or you come here, you write the exam. If you write the VWO exam, if you pass it, you go to a university. There are different ways, there are different options. You just have to do your research. For the university you want to go for, do your research, try and see what their requirements are, and then apply. Good luck to that. So yeah, that's it. I hope I explained it better. If you don't understand, you can just rewind and you get what I'm saying, then you come back to this stage. But that's basically it. I will put the link down below to read about it, like in-depth understanding about it. If you want to like go into it, there's a link down below. You can check it, click on it and read the article. Yeah, so that's it for my explanation. I hope you get it. Oh, did I explain that a University of Applied Sciences is group project based and for mostly professionals, like if you want to just go straight to an industry, and a university is research based. So you do mostly research, thesis, theory. It's just like theory and practical. University of Applied Science is practical, university is theory. You get the vibe? You get it? So that's it.